Good evening everybody, and in this video we're going to tell you how to make and paint an easy urban base. First of all, you're going to need a base to work on. In this video, for this example, I'm using a plastic 32mm round base by Games Workshop. So you're going to need some glue to stick your gravel or grit down with. And I've decided to use some PVA wood glue, which always seems to do the trick very well. Using an old brush or something similar you have laying around, spread your glue all over the top side of the base. Try not to get it around any of the edges. When you have a nice covering of glue on the top of your base, find a tub and fill it with your grit or chosen ballast choice, and give it a good dunk. Make sure it covers all of the glue nicely. Next up, mix some PVA glue with water to a milky consistency and dunk your base in. This will seal the ballast once it's dry. Next, find a suitable primer. Myself, I'm using Vallejo Surface Primer and I've applied it via an airbrush. Give your base a good coverage of the primer all over, making sure you've hit all those little recesses. Next, you're going to need a medium grey. Myself, I've gone for Vallejo Basalt Grey, but any grey will do. Using a dry brush all over the top surface of the texture on the base, making sure you cover it all evenly. Don't worry about being messy at this stage. Next up, grab a lighter grey than the grey you previously used. I myself have used Vallejo Game Colour Stonewall Grey this time. Again, using your dry brush the entire top of the textured part of the base. This time, try to be a little bit finer and use a little less paint. Now we're going to put a shade onto our previous steps, and I'm going to use Citadel Nuln Oil, but you could perhaps use a very watered down black paint for this. Now apply that wash all over the base. Make sure it gets into all those recesses. We want shade everywhere. When that shade has fully dried, and I mean fully dried or you're going to make a mess, take some white paint. I'm using Vallejo Model Colour White. Before you continue, make sure that shade is dry. This is very important at this stage. And then take your dry brush and very lightly dry brush the base. We're almost there now, so take a black paint or your rim paint of choice. I've used Vallejo Model Colour Black for this step. Taking your rim paint of choice, in this example black, thin it down to a nice even consistency and paint a couple of layers around the rim. Make sure you let it dry in between coats. And there you have it, a simple, fast and easy urban base, which you could also use perhaps for ash wastes or maybe the Blacksands of IsstVan 5. If you enjoy what you've seen and you find it helps, please consider supporting the channel. The Patreon link can be found in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.